The Lord is slow to anger and great in power. Nahum chapter 1, verse 3. Jehovah is slow to anger. When mercy comes into the world, she drives winged steeds, and the axles of her chariot wheels are red hot with speed. But when wrath goes forth, it toils on slowly with unhurried footsteps, for God takes no pleasure in a sinner's death. God's rod of mercy is ever outstretched in his hands. His sword of justice is kept in its sheath, held down by that pierced hand of love which bled for the sins of men. The Lord is slow to anger, because he is great in power. A man is truly great in power, who has power over himself. So, when God's power restrains himself, then it is power indeed. The power that binds omnipotence is omnipotence surpassed. A man who has a strong mind can bear to be insulted for a long time, and only resents the wrong when a sense of right demands his action. The weak mind is irritated very quickly, but the strong mind bears it like a rock that does not move, even though 1,000 wave breakers dash upon the rock, and cast their pitiful malicious spray upon its summit. God marks his enemies, and yet he does not hasten himself, but holds his anger. If he were less divine than he is, he would long before this have sent forth the whole of his thunders, and emptied the stock of ammunition in heaven. Also, he would long before this have blasted the earth with the astonishing fires of its underworld, and man would have been utterly destroyed, but the greatness of his power has brought us mercy instead. Dear reader, what is your state this evening? Can you, by humble faith, look to Jesus and say, "My substitute, you are my rock, my trust"? Then, beloved, do not be afraid of God's power, for by faith you have fled to Christ for refuge. The power of God should not terrify you any more than the shield and sword of the warrior should terrify those whom he loves. Rather, rejoice that he who is great in power is your Father and friend. Amen.